Hey everybody, ready for some news and commentary? Are you ready for some real truth? Well, that's what you've got today and every day. Howard Riell behind the microphone, item from the Daily Wire. On Tuesday, Comedy Central comedian Nikki Glazer tweeted out something she surely thought was clever and snarky at Donald Trump Jr. and his ex-wife. The couple was recently divorced, but appeared at the White House Easter egg hunt with their 5 children. Here was Glazer's response, quote, Don Jr. and his wife have 5 kids. No one should be having 5 kids. Why are people still allowed to have 5 kids, unquote. But you see, it's Donald Trump who's the fascist, right? After being called out on the tweet, Glazer deleted it, unquote. So Howard Riell, tell me, why are you always carrying on about liberals? What have you got against liberals? Well, I'd need more than an hour to tell you about that one. But this is a perfect example. Here's a comedian, and comedians and people in show business are almost universally liberal. And she wants to know who gave the Trumps permission to have as many children as they have. Who gives people permission to have the number of children they desire? That's a question that comes very naturally from the left, because the left is always where you find the fascists and the censors and the racists. But the left will say Donald Trump is a fascist. The left will say that anybody on the right is a fascist. Anyone who watches Fox News is a fascist, but it is always, and I'm underlining the word always a liberal who comes out with this dictatorial, tyrannical kind of garbage. Well, you know, in China, for many, many years, you were not allowed to have as many children as you wanted. And now China is reeling from that policy. They don't have enough females. And people scram out of China because they don't want to live under the thumb of a tyrannical government. So a comedian on the left, some empty-headed Twinkie who makes jokes for a living, wants to know why people are still allowed to have 5 kids. My friends, every single time you vote for a Democrat, you're voting for this. You're voting for Americans on their bellies begging permission of a monolithic central government to live our lives the way we want to raise our children the way we want to, even now to have as many children as we want. The left is a very, very dangerous group of people, and we should never hand them power. This is Real Truth, by the way, and we'll be right back.
This farm report brought to you by Nissan Titan. If you believe you have missing or stolen livestock, you should immediately file a report with law enforcement and your local brand inspector. Give as much detail as possible. Upon receiving the information, the Colorado Brand Board will distribute the report statewide and to surrounding states. For inspectors' contact list, go to the Colorado Department of Agriculture website. Take on the job in the all-new 2017 Nissan Titan. Shop ChooseNissan.com.
Great Plains Power has been providing reliable electrical power systems in the Rocky Mountain area since 1992. Our systems rely on the sun to help make you self-reliant for your power needs. Solar energy can be scaled to fit any situation, from complete power independence to backup power for the short term. Our expertise focuses on standalone power, but we have extensive experience with utility interactive systems as well. Custom tailored capabilities of modest and emergency lighting all the way to commercial scale power. Great Plains Power is a full service company. We service everything we sell. We provide and design turnkey packages, custom design system, and parts for do-it-yourself. With more than 20 years of specialized experience at your disposal, let us know what your power concerns or goals are. Reach us by phone or the internet. Call 303-239-9963. That's 303-9963. Go to GreatPlainsSolar.com.
All right, guys, it's Wednesday, and it's Real Truth, and I'm Howard Riell. Reports are varying. Some say that illegal migrant caravan is still on its way here, started in Honduras, crossing Mexico. Others say they've been stopped or in the process of being stopped. Who the hell knows what's going on? But what should we do about it in the first place? Well, I've weighed in. I've said that nobody has a right to enter the United States illegally. If they do, they should be arrested. And if so many people come across that they can't be arrested, they should be shot. That's called border security. Let's hear what Ann Coulter has to say.
Our perfect guest for right now is we are being faced with an invading call from real laws. Is the marching on the real land.
Well, you know what, my friends? I'll tell you what. It's my show. I can do what I want, right? Maybe when we come back, we'll listen to the rest of this interview with Ann Coulter and hear her advise the president on what he should do with this caravan of criminals coming to the United States. Would-be criminals, potential criminals, people who want to be criminals. Of course, the most dangerous criminals are the citizens of the United States who want to let them into the country and who say that anyone in the world has a right to come across our border. We'll be right back.
Ladies, this is Danny Golden informing you that heart attack is different than heart attack at men. Women having heart attacks will experience nausea, vomiting, indigestion, shortness of breath, or simply sudden extreme fatigue, but no chest pain. Get emergency medical help and call 911 immediately if you are experiencing any of these symptoms. Pain, pressure, burning, or squeezing in the chest, jaw, shoulders, back, or arms that last more than 5 to 10 minutes. Unexplained shortness of breath lasting more than 5 to 10 minutes. Sudden severe nausea, vomiting, or indigestion. Sudden sweating for no reason. Sudden unexplained extreme fatigue. Loss of consciousness or fainting, or sudden unexplained panicky feeling of doom. It's easy, ladies. It's to listen to your body. Follow your instincts, and if you experience symptoms that are disturbing to you in any way, or even remotely related to your heart, get yourself checked out right away. If your doctor brushes you off, that's a sign you need a new doctor. One who will actually do what is necessary to get to the bottom of your
Power has provided reliable electrical power systems in the Rocky Mountain area since 1992. Our systems rely on the sun to help make you self-reliant for your power needs. Solar energy can be scaled to fit any situation, from complete power independence to backup power for the short term. Our expertise focuses on standalone power, but we have extensive experience with utility interactive systems as well. Custom tailored capabilities and modified emergency lighting all the way to commercial scale power. Great Plains Power is a full service company. We service everything we sell. We provide and design turnkey packages, custom design systems, and parts for do-it-yourself. With more than 20 years of specialized experience at your disposal, let us know what your power concerns or goals are. Reach us by phone or the internet. Call 303-239-9963. That's 303-239-9963. Or go to greatplainssolar.com.
All right, my friends, I'm going to keep you waiting to hear what Ann Coulter has to say. You're going to come back near the end of the show and hear it. Right now, I want to put on a very, very important interview. It was done by my colleague, Mark Levin. He had Peter Schweitzer on the show. He's got a brand new book, just hit store shelves, called Secret Empires, about who's really got the power and who's using it. This is really, really the swamp. Peter Schweitzer is a first-class journalist. He wrote Clinton Cash. Here's Mark Levin interviewing Peter Schweitzer.
It's a pleasure to have Peter Schweitzer on the program, and it's great. Secret Empires of the American Well, it's a pleasure, and now you get to talk to a real audience. No offense. I want to dig right into this, and I quoted from your books. which is an offshoot of the largest military contractor in China. Also, you have Angela Chow. That's correct. Which you can remove. And PFSC Holdings, which is the company where they serve on the board, have been identified by the U.S. Naval Academy as the means to finance military construction in China. So this is the heart of the Chinese military industrial complex, and it was
And that, my friends, that is redemption for all the tinfoil hat wearing listeners out there, all the people who've known all these years that the fix is in, and other people will roll their eyes and say, oh, you're a wingnut, you're a conspiracy theorist. Mitch McConnell, Joe Biden, top of the power heap on the right and on the left, in bed with the Chinese, their children getting wealthy. John Kerry, who almost became president, was Secretary of State. His kids are getting wealthy. Playing footsie with our most dangerous enemy. Conspiracy theory indeed. We'll be back.
Informing you that heart attack is different than heart attack at 10. Women having heart attacks will experience nausea, vomiting, indigestion, shortness of breath, simply sudden extreme fatigue, but no chest pain. Get emergency medical help and call 911 immediately if you're experiencing any of these symptoms. Pain, pressure, burning, or squeezing in the chest, jaw, shoulder, back, or arms that last more than 5 to 10 minutes. Unexplained shortness of breath lasting more than 5 to 10 minutes. Sudden severe nausea, vomiting, or indigestion. Sudden sweating for no reason. Sudden unexplained extreme fatigue. Loss of consciousness or wheezing. Or sudden unexplained panicky feeling of anxiety. It's a flare into your body. Follow your instincts, and if you experience symptoms that are disturbing you in any way, or even remotely related to your heart, get yourself checked out right away. If your doctor brushes you off, that's a sign you need a new doctor. One who will act in faithful is necessary to get to the bottom of your symptoms.
And of his movements we have all received, and grace for grace. For the law was given through Moses, but grace and truth came through Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Christ. No one has seen God at any time. The only begotten Son, who is in the bosom of the Father, he has declared him. The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 16.
We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessing of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, to ordain and establish this Constitution.
American Window Tinting Incorporated in Franktown reminds parents, keep an eye on your child while shopping. Children tend to stray or become lost. This poses an opportunity for a would-be abductor. Please make every effort to keep track of your little one at all times. If you have information regarding a lost child, call local authorities at once. This message is from American Window Tinting Incorporated in Franktown. For residential or commercial window tinting, call 303-263-4228.
My friends, welcome back to Real Truth. Thomas Sowell is a brilliant economist, pundit. He has a book coming out, or maybe it's already out, in which he slams the race industry. The book is called Discrimination and Disparities, and here he is talking about it with, once again, my colleague Mark Levin.
So this is being pushed. This is being pushed by the progressive left.
All right, guys, the book is called Discrimination and Disparities by Thomas Sowell. We'll take a break and we'll be back.
Solar energy can be scaled to any situation, from computer power independence to backup power for the short term. Our expertise focuses on renewable power, but we have extensive experience with utility interactive systems as well. With tailored capabilities and modern emergency lighting all the way to commercial scale power. Great Plains Power is a full service company. We service everything we sell. We provide and design turnkey packages, custom design system, and parts for do-it-yourself. With more than 20 years of specialized experience at your disposal, let us know what your power concerns or goals are. Reach us by phone or the internet. Call 303-239-9963. That's 303-239-9963. Or go to greatplainsolar.com. We're taking 1 to 5 or more nutritional supplements for the top. Simplify your supplementation with Bio Superfood, the most advanced nutritional whole food supplement you can buy. Women, children, even Olympic athletes the world over have discovered Bio Superfood from BioH.com. And now they just one nutritional supplement instead of many. The Bio Superfood formulas are whole food products, the most with all of the most nutritive algae found on Earth. Bio Superfood for the brain, help with focus, memory, liver capability, and even increased brain health. The rest of the body is a no record. Bio Superfood has people toxicity and it's safe for you and your family. Look for and order your Bio Superfood formulas at BioH.com. Spelled BioHE.com. BioH.com. Or call 877-288-9476. And 877-288-9116. BioH.
My friends, I made you a promise. And I always keep my promises. I told you we'd come back to Ann Coulter talking about the illegal immigrant caravan at the end of the show. This is the fourth quarter of the show. Let's go to Ann Coulter on the Howie Carr Show. My friends, now you know why I love Ann Coulter. She's incredibly bright and she pulls no punches. We'll take a break and we'll come back and wrap it up here on Real Truth.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tom Phillips, founder of the Green Earth.
How many times have you gone into a health food store and are confused as to the many different brands and prices of the same herbal supplements? You want to buy the cheapest, but you're afraid that quality is less, so you buy the most expensive. Truth is, the cheapest may be better. Green Herb herbal supplements are all manufactured in our Wheat Ridge, Colorado plant at 4565 Kipling Street, using the highest quality herbs that we source from all over the world. Our 150 different herbal supplements are the most potent and safest in America. Our guarantee is your money back, no time limit. Just return the bottle empty or full, no questions asked. So when you come to our new location, look for our new name, Genesis Health, or call us at 888-765-HERB. That's 888-765-4372.
TLR Associates of Boulder wants you to remember your life began at conception and so does the life of ever getting any more. Baby and mother both lose with 1 in 3 women both get to choose abortion. Former abortion doctor Nathan said people do not understand that there are thousands of physical complications every year in this country. Post-abortion crises include severe guilt, depression, stress, anxiety disorder, sleep disturbance, suicide, violent behavior, sterility, increased risk of miscarriage and delivery complications from premature birth. International Journal of Epidemiology reported abortion increased breast cancer risk by 90%. Every helpless baby has the right to life, too. This life-giving message is brought to you by TLR Associates of Boulder, providing a job well done for your home or business with design, stucco, stone, and brick. Call TLR Associates of Boulder, 303-921-3310. TLR Medallion branded stucco protection serves the Boulder and northern Colorado area. Check.
Item from the Daily Wire, in the words of the inimitable Ron Swanson of Parks and Recreation, quote, "It's never too early to learn that the government is a greedy piglet that suckles on the taxpayers' teat until they have sore chapped nipples," unquote. Clearly exemplifying the spirit of this truth is Rochester City Court Judge Leticia Estacio, often dubbed the drunk judge by local media and Rochesterians. Ms. Estacio, effective April 1, received a state taxpayer-funded pay raise of $11,000, bringing her salary to a whopping $187,200 after she worked only one of 214 days. According to local station 13 Wham News, quote, "Estacio did report for work on Tuesday, February 27th for 1 day and has not been back since," unquote. Before her 1 day on the job in 2018, Estacio had not reported to work since August 31 the previous year. By letter, Chief Administrative Judge Craig Duran ordered the judge back to the bench on February 26th. Duran confirmed Monday Estacio is still continuing to blow off work. Voicing her frustration with the, quote, "negative and racist news coverage of her apparently appropriate raise on Facebook Live, Estacio said she did not report to work because she had a, quote, "medical excuse" and has reportedly provided Duran with a doctor's note, unquote. My friends, make of that what you will. Item from Market Watch. Between a third and a half of people aged 45 to 59 and a quarter of those 60 years old plus went without needed health care in the past year due to its cost, according to a troubling new survey from the West Health Institute and NORC at the University of Chicago. Quote, "We were surprised by the magnitude of the findings," said Dr. Zia Aga, Chief Medical Officer at the West Health Institute, a nonprofit applied medical research organization based in San Diego. And 80% of the people we surveyed had health insurance, so just having insurance does not make you immune to health care costs, unquote. My friends, I can speak to that personally. Item from Politico, President Donald Trump's insistence on calling the Washington Post the Amazon Washington Post riles the newspaper's executive editor Martin Barron to no end. He wants one and all to know that the online retailer and the newspaper are distinct corporate entities, unquote. My friends, technically that may be true, but actually it's not. Item from the Washington Examiner. Hillary Clinton on Tuesday recited a list of several factors that contributed to her 2016 loss against Donald Trump and said America is, quote, in a really bad spot with Trump in the White House, unquote. My friends, Hillary Clinton is increasingly showing signs that she's got very, very real mental problems, and Colorado voted for Hillary. Item from the Associated Press. France has flagged more than 78,000 people as security threats in a database intended to let European police share information on the continent's most dangerous residents, more than all other European countries put together, according to an analysis by the Associated Press, unquote. My friends, I don't care about France, but I will offer them some constructive advice. Instead of flagging 78,000 security threats, why don't you get the hell rid of 78,000 security threats? Item from the Local. Austria's government announced on Wednesday its intention to bring in a ban on the headscarf for girls in kindergartens and primary schools, unquote. My friends, this is an unnecessary ban. Well, I mean, if first you ban Islam from the country, then it's unnecessary. And let's face it, all the evils being perpetrated in that country and around the world are not being perpetrated by headscarves. They're being perpetrated by the Muslims wearing them. All right, guys, we're done. I will be back tomorrow with more Real Truth, where we will finish out the week. And I expect to see you here tomorrow, 23 hours from right now. Hasta luego.